So in Wikipedia it says in the year 50, the year 50 Common Era, Jews are ordered by Roman Emperor Claudius not to hold meetings. In the words of a certain Cassius Dio, in a book Roman History, let's say paragraph 60.6.6, Claudius, Roman Emperor Claudius, later expelled Jews from Rome. According to both Suetonius in the book Lives of the 12 Caesars, and also according to Acts 18 verse 2. Let's read Acts 18 verse 2.
And he found a certain Yehudite named Achaeus, born in Pontus, who had recently come from Italy with his wife Priscilla, because Claudius had commanded all the Yehudim to leave Rome, and he came to them. Paul to Corinth.
So, this is a time of, let's say, a difficult time to live for Jews. All Jews were expelled from Rome. As it says here, Claudius had ordered all the Jews to leave Rome. And then, of course, what we read in Wikipedia is ordered not to hold meetings. Meaning, well, no or at least limited religious freedom. Assembling together is essential for a true believer, just as it is for Jews. And yeah, in those early decades of the true assembly was simply considered, let's say, a faction within the Jews. A faction that believed in Yahshua the Messiah. So I believe that this is the difficult time or the present necessity that the Apostle Paul is referring to. So it's, let's say, it's related to the conditions existing at that time. This is not necessarily something which is true for all times. We still enjoy religious freedom, right? I saw no one trying to prevent me to have a meeting here. No one, I think, tried to stop us from meeting. So, praise Yahweh, we still enjoy religious freedom.
Yeah.
So, I feel that this reason is, at least for now, the situation can change quickly. For now, this reason of not to get married is no longer valid for now. We enjoy religious freedom. Let's continue reading in verse 27 and 28. 1 Corinthians 7, 27 and 28. 1 Corinthians 7, 27 and 28.
Nawala.
Are you bound to a wife? Do not seek to be lost. Are you lost from a wife? Do not seek a wife. But even if you should marry, you have not sinned. And if a maiden suddenly should marry, she has not sinned. But such shall have pressure in the flesh, but I would spare you.
What does mean there?
And
in this case, I will also read Another translation, Lamza. Lamza is translated from the Peshitta, the Aramaic text, which is probably more reliable in a number of cases than the Greek text from which our Bibles are usually translated. Lamza says in 1 Corinthians 7:27 and 28, I will read it. If you are married, do not seek divorce. If you are divorced from a wife, do not seek a wife. But if you marry, you do not sin, and if a virgin marry, she does not sin. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So, the first translation, the scriptures, are you bound to a wife? Meaning, are you married? It's the same thing. Do not seek to be loosed. Being loosed from the bound to a wife, well, that means, of course, divorce. So I'm just pointing out, even though the wording is easier to understand, it comes down to exactly the same. If a maiden is a virgin, of course. If a virgin should marry, she has not sinned. I don't know if it really sunk in. For those who say that Scripture forbids divorce and remarriage, let's read it again in the Lamza translation. But now in one sentence. If you are divorced from a wife, do not seek a wife. But if you marry, you do not sin.
What does this mean?
So if you who are divorced from a wife, if you marry, you do not sin. Who dare say something else than the Apostle Paul? Not me. Paul was inspired by the Spirit and he said, if you are divorced from a wife and you remarry, you do not sin. Very simple, right? Very simple. Plainly states that it is not sin to marry after you are divorced.